Hello, my amazing students, and welcome again to your channel. Today I want to challenge something that most learners believe, that you must start speaking immediately. That if you're not speaking from day one, you're doing something wrong. Ooh, that idea sounds motivating, right? But it can also create pressure, and pressure sometimes blocks progress. So today we're talking about something different. Listening first, speaking later. Not never speaking, not avoiding conversation, just building the foundation before trying to perform. Let me ask you something softly. When you learned your first language as a child, did you start by speaking? No, you listened. For months. You absorbed sounds, rhythm, tone, patterns. You didn't understand everything, but your brain was collecting information, quietly. And then one day, you started speaking. Not perfectly, but naturally. Why? Because your brain had enough input, enough patterns stored, enough familiarity. Speaking was not forced, it was released. That's the difference. Many English learners try to speak before their brain has enough material. And when that happens, speaking feels stressful. You're building sentences from nothing. You're translating. You're guessing structures. You're searching for vocabulary. Of course it feels heavy. Your brain doesn't have a deep pattern library yet. Listening builds that library. Listening teaches you how sentences feel, not just how they look in textbooks. You start recognizing how ideas connect. How native speakers pause, how they simplify thoughts, how they repeat structures. You begin to internalize the music of English, and language has music. When you listen regularly, your brain starts predicting what comes next. Prediction is powerful. It means patterns are forming, and patterns reduce hesitation. Let's be honest for a moment. Have you ever tried to speak quickly, but your pronunciation felt unnatural? That's usually because your mouth hasn't heard the rhythm enough. Pronunciation improves through exposure, not just correction. When you listen deeply, your brain maps sound patterns. Then your mouth follows. Slowly. Naturally. Ooh, and here's something comforting. Listening reduces fear. Because when you listen first, you build familiarity. And familiarity reduces anxiety. Imagine entering a conversation about a topic you've heard many times. It feels easier, not because you memorized answers, but because the language feels known. Known language feels safe. Safe language flows. Now let's shift perspective slightly. Listening is not passive. It's active absorption. You're not just hearing sounds. Your brain is analyzing patterns, identifying structures, connecting meaning, even when you don't notice it consciously. That's why sometimes, after weeks of listening, you suddenly use a phrase naturally, and you think, wait, where did that come from? It came from exposure. Your brain stored it quietly. Listening first is not weakness, it's preparation. It's training your brain before demanding performance. And when performance finally happens, it feels smoother. Because you're not inventing language, you're recalling it. And recalling feels lighter than constructing from zero. So maybe the goal isn't to speak immediately. Maybe the goal is to speak comfortably. And comfort grows from familiarity. Familiarity grows from listening. That's the cycle. And when you respect that cycle, fluency builds more naturally. Beautiful. Let's continue. Now I want you to imagine something very common. You join an English class, or maybe you meet someone online who wants to practice. And within the first 5 minutes, you're asked, "Tell me about yourself." Simple question. But inside your body, something tightens. Your heart beats a little faster. Your thoughts scatter. You know the words, you studied them, but they don't come easily. Why? Because your brain hasn't had enough quiet preparation. Speaking without enough listening feels like trying to swim without first entering the water slowly. You jump in. It's cold. Your body reacts. And instead of flowing, you fight. That fight creates tension, and tension blocks access. When you listen first for a while, something different happens. Your brain starts recognizing patterns automatically. For example, you hear phrases like, "I've been working on," "I usually spend my time." One thing I've noticed is, at first, they're just sounds, but after hearing them many times, they feel familiar. And familiarity changes your internal reaction. Instead of thinking, "What should I say?" your brain quietly says, "Oh, I know this pattern." And that's when speaking begins to feel lighter. Not perfect, just lighter. There's something very important here. Listening builds subconscious structure. You don't memorize grammar rules consciously. You absorb how ideas connect naturally. That's why children don't start by studying verb tenses. They hear thousands of examples first. Their brain builds structure invisibly. And then speaking emerges. You don't have to wait years like a child, of course, but giving yourself a listening phase changes everything. Even just a few weeks of consistent exposure can shift your internal confidence. Now, this doesn't mean you stay silent forever. It means you reduce pressure while building input. Think of it like filling a glass with water. If you try to pour water out before filling it, nothing comes. But once it's half full, then 3/4 full, pouring feels natural. Listening fills the glass. Speaking pours it out. And here's something comforting. You don't need to understand 100% of what you hear. Even understanding 60 to 70% repeatedly builds familiarity. Your brain learns from repetition of patterns, not from perfection of comprehension. That's why relaxed listening matters. Not forcing yourself to catch every word, just following the message. Let the structure enter quietly. There's another hidden benefit of listening first. It shapes your pronunciation automatically. When you hear natural rhythm every day, your brain calibrates. You begin to copy pauses unconsciously. You copy tone. You copy stress patterns. So when you finally speak more, your speech sounds smoother. Not because you studied pronunciation rules intensely, but because you've heard enough real English. Exposure shapes output. Always. Now, let's talk about balance. Listening first doesn't mean avoiding speaking completely. It means lowering speaking expectations. Instead of trying full conversations immediately, start with small repetitions, short shadowing, simple responses. For example, after listening to a short audio, pause and say one sentence from it. Not to test yourself, just to activate your mouth gently. Small speaking moments feel safe. Safe moments build confidence. Confidence builds willingness, and willingness increases speaking frequency. Over time, speaking grows naturally from listening, not from force. And when something grows naturally, it lasts. Let's move into something practical now. Not complicated, not dramatic, just realistic. If you decide to focus on listening first, what does that actually look like in your daily life? Because theory sounds nice, but routine builds fluency. So imagine this. You choose one main source of English for a few weeks, not 10 podcasts, not 5 YouTube channels. 1. Consistency creates familiarity. When you listen to the same voice regularly, something interesting happens. Your brain relaxes faster. It recognizes the accent, the tone, the rhythm. You don't spend mental energy adjusting every time, and that saved energy improves comprehension. That's the first step, stability in input. Now, how long? You don't need hours. 15 to 20 minutes daily is enough if it's focused. Not background noise while scrolling, not passive sound while texting. Intentional listening. You sit, you listen, you follow the meaning. Even if you don't understand every sentence. Here's something important. Do not pause every time you don't understand a word. Let the sentence continue. Train your brain to tolerate ambiguity, because real conversations don't pause for you. And the more your brain learns to relax in partial understanding, the more confident you'll feel later when speaking. Now, here's how speaking gently enters the process. After listening to a short segment, maybe 1 minute, pause and summarize it in 1 or 2 sentences. Simple. Even if your summary is basic, even if it's not detailed, you're activating output without pressure. You're not creating something new, you're recycling what you just heard. That makes speaking feel supported, not exposed. Another small exercise. Choose 1 sentence from the audio. Repeat it out loud. Slowly. Match the rhythm. Match the tone. Not perfectly, just approximately. This is shadowing in a soft way. And soft repetition builds muscle memory without stress. Ooh, and here's a powerful shift. When you stop forcing yourself to speak too early, you actually speak more later. Because you feel ready, not because someone pushed you. Readiness creates willingness. Willingness creates practice. Practice creates fluency. Let's also talk about patience. The listening first method may feel quiet at the beginning. You may think, I'm not doing enough. But remember something. Your brain is building internal models, sentence patterns, sound combinations, collocations. Those patterns reduce hesitation automatically. One day, you'll say a phrase and think, I didn't plan that. That's listening working. Now imagine doing this consistently for 2 months. Daily listening, light repetition, gentle summaries. You're not silent anymore. You're prepared. Your vocabulary feels familiar. Your pronunciation feels less forced. And speaking feels less like jumping into cold water and more like stepping into warm water gradually. The temperature doesn't shock you. You adapt smoothly. That's the goal. Not to speak immediately, but to speak comfortably. Listening first is not about delaying progress. It is progress. It is invisible progress, quiet progress, but powerful progress. And when you respect that phase, speaking becomes a continuation, not a battle. Let me leave you with something simple, but important. If you've ever felt frustrated because speaking feels hard, maybe it's not because you're bad at English. Maybe it's because you tried to speak before you felt ready inside. And readiness doesn't come from courage alone. It comes from familiarity. Think about any skill you've ever learned. Driving, cooking, playing a game. At first, you watched. You observed. You understood how things move. And only after enough exposure, you acted. English is no different. Listening first is not weakness. It's preparation. It's giving your brain the raw material it needs. Patterns, sound combinations, natural expressions. You're building a mental map. And once that map becomes clearer, walking through it feels easier. Let's imagine something together. 3 months from now, You've been listening consistently. Not perfectly, not intensely, just regularly. You hear a question in English, and instead of freezing, your mind recognizes familiar structures. You've heard similar sentences before. Your response doesn't feel invented. It feels remembered. That's the shift. Speaking no longer feels like building from zero. It feels like recalling something you already know. And that's powerful, because recalling feels calm. Now here's something I want you to remember. You don't need to rush your output. You don't need to prove that you can speak immediately. Your goal is not to speak first. Your goal is to speak well. And well doesn't mean perfect. It means comfortable. Comfort grows from exposure. Exposure grows from listening. And listening grows from consistency. That's the cycle. If you respect that order, your progress becomes smoother. You won't feel like you're forcing sentences. You won't feel like you're searching desperately for words. You'll feel more stable, more grounded. And when you finally increase your speaking time, it won't feel scary. It will feel natural, like something that was waiting inside you. Because it was. It was building quietly, under the surface. All those minutes of listening, all those repeated phrases, all those moments of partial understanding. They were not passive. They were preparation. So if you're someone who feels guilty for not speaking enough, let that guilt go. If you're someone who feels behind because you're still listening, relax. You are not behind. You are building. And building takes phases. Trust the phase you're in. If it's listening season, listen deeply. If it's speaking season, speak gently. Don't rush from one to the other. Let them support each other. And remember this, listening first does not delay fluency. It protects it. Because when you finally speak with a strong listening foundation, your fluency won't feel forced. It will feel earned. Calmly earned. And that kind of fluency lasts. If you enjoyed this episode, stay with me. We're building this journey step by step. No pressure, no rush, just real progress. And I'll see you in the next one.